everyone. Welcome to the August 10th meeting of the Williamsburg City Council. Ms. McKay, would you call the roll, please?
Ms. Ramsey?
Here.
Mayor Pons?
Here.
Vice Mayor Dent? Ms. Kernshire?
Here.
Okay, the first matter on the agenda is the consideration and approval of the remote participation request from City Council member Caleb Rogers for the August 10th, 2023 City Council meeting.
So I move for approval of a remote participation request from Council Member Caleb Rogers for the August 10th, 2023 City Council meeting.
Second.
Okay.
Ms. Ramsey?
Aye.
Mayor Pons?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Dent?
Aye.
Ms. Kernshire?
Aye.
Welcome, Mr. Rogers.
Good afternoon. Thanks, you all. Good to be here.
Okay, next on the agenda is the minutes for the July 10th and July 13th meetings of the City Council. Are there any amendments, changes, corrections? Have a motion?
So I move that the minutes from the July 10th work session and the July 13th business meeting be approved.
Second.
Thank you. Ms. McKay?
Mr. Rogers?
Aye.
Ms. Ramsey?
Aye.
Mayor Pons?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Dent?
Aye.
Ms. Kernshire?
Aye.
Okay. We don't have any public hearings on the agenda, so they'll take us to reports. And first we have Ms. Dameron with our monthly financial statement. Welcome, ma'am.
Good afternoon. There's not a lot to report on July, not a lot of activity. It pretty much compares well with the previous year. But what I would like to focus your attention to is page 9 of the financial report that's in the agenda packet. And that's where we picked up our last month of lodging and meals. And so our lodging tax is ended up being almost $3.9 million, which is $471,000 over budget. And it's also about $362,000 over where we were last year. Meals tax is ended up at $8,832,000, which is $1,032,000 over the budget, and $955,000 over where we were last year. Sales tax, even though we still have one more month to pick up, hopefully I'll have that information next week sometime on the activity for June. But just with the May activity, we're already almost 16% over where we were last year increase. We are about $221,000 over budget now. That's before I pick up the June activity, and $707,000 over where we were last year. And then with the historic tax, we're currently $351,000 over the budget. Again, we haven't picked up June activity, and $408,000 over where we were last year. Then with our $2 lodging tax, we have all the months in for that, and we came in at $926,000, which was $52,000 over where we ended last year, and about $69,000 over budget. I will comment in regards to the July report. If you look at the capital improvement fund for the general government as well as utilities, you will see that we don't have our carry forwards from last year, and that is because we continue to pick up expenditures to the end of August, end of this month. So it will be September before I'm able to carry forward the unexpended funds, and you'll see a complete picture there. But I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Ms. Dameron. I do have a question, just in an observation, looking at some of the increase, particularly in the historic tax. It looks like reporting for July last year was much low. I mean, it looked like an anomaly low.
Right.
88,000 versus this year 219,000. Would presume that plays a big factor in the 144%.
It does. It does. And that was not, I don't believe that had anything to do, well, actually it may, because if we look at July in the regular sales tax, CIP sales tax, you'll see that we were 352, and you know, at some point, I believe we had some clawback
Right.
redistribution, and I think that's what we're seeing there. That does skew the numbers. You're correct.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the report and the good numbers. Mr. Vice Mayor?
No questions, thank you.
No questions, thank you.
No questions for me. Thank you.
Mr. Rogers, any?
None. for me. Thanks as always, Director Damron.
Okay, monthly departmental operating reports. Who do we have this month, Mr. Trivett?
This month, we're going to hear from Human Services about their youth programming, and I think Wendy's going to do an introduction for us.
Wonderful. Welcome, Ms. Evans.
So this month, I wanted to give another update on our youth programming. And as you remember, one of our GIOs was to expand the programming. So we started by hiring Ty Newsom full-time to run the programming. So I've asked him to come here today to give you an update, and he's brought along Darian, also one of our youth participants. So I'll pass it over to them.
Welcome. Hey there.
Good afternoon, Mayor Pons, City Council.
Good to see you.
Likewise. My name is Ty Newsom. I'm the Youth Program Coordinator for the City of Williamsburg in the Williamsburg Department of Human Services. I'm here before you to talk about a couple of great things that we implemented this school year, as well as throughout the summer. This school year, we implemented the Youth Achievement Program for middle school students for Berkeley Middle School and James Blair Middle School. We house the students over at the Williamsburg Kids Club on Tuesdays through Thursdays, the evenings. There, we tried to do a lot of mentoring and tutoring for the group. We house about 15 of the students there. And throughout the summer, this summer, once school let out, we was in our 29th year of that Summer Youth Achievement Program, where I brought Darian here to talk about his experiences.
Hey, Darian, welcome.
Good afternoon, Mayor Pons, City Council, City Manager, and everyone else in attendance. My name is Darian Poe, and this is my first year attending the Youth Achievement Program and my second year returning to SYAP. This past school year, the Youth Achievement Program was a fun and helpful tutoring experience. I was so glad I decided to join and was able to have a fun after-school experience with peers instead of staying in the house when school let out. It was a great experience for us not involved with after-school activities and sports. Not only was it a fun environment, my grades also improved in school significantly. With the help from Mr. Ty, Miss Bree, and lastly Miss Danielle, made sure I can get the best grade possible in all my classes. The Youth Achievement Program was not all schoolwork and homework. After everyone was done with schoolwork, the Youth Achievement Program staff gave us free time by letting us play outside, play board games, and on the last day we went to Surge. I would recommend the program to anyone that isn't doing anything after school. Over the past 2 summers, the Summer Youth Achievement Program has helped me stay out of my house and out of trouble with fun and enjoyable activities, field trips, and educational lessons. The SAP program continuously teaches us about the 3 R's: respect, role modeling, and responsibility, and how every day we can get better by using them. The program helped me open my eyes to opportunities and how us young people can be of assistance to the community as well. We've done so with different service projects such as the Parkway cleanup and the care box distribution with the House of Mercy, both in our own backyards. With the police department and fire department helping us learn about our everyday job, teaching us about their car, gear, and gadgets. We've had experiences with Avalon teaching us about a healthy and unhealthy relationship with music and games, and Round 1 Boxing teaching us about teamwork and self-defense skills with tug-of-war, kickball, and amateur boxing. Thank you for this amazing summer, and I can't wait for next year. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Darian. Appreciate you coming forward. That conclude your report? No, Ms. Evans? Yeah. Questions? Well, I just, one of the greatest aspects of me being able to be on council and seeing, is seeing what you all do at this summer youth program, and I know tomorrow's a graduation, so I'm looking forward to that. But every year, seeing all the young people come and do their performance and watching their skits, It's rewarding for me to be able to say that I'm part of that, providing that opportunity. And when you see young men like Darian come forward with courage, because it's not easy to speak in public, but do that in such a way and share with us how the program's been successful. I think it's really great that the city of Williamsburg is able to offer that, and with both of your leaderships, it makes it happen. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just want to share my thanks as well. Obviously, it was a successful program, exactly as everyone envisioned it. Thank you to all the staff for the work that they put in, and thank you, Darian, for sharing your story. As the mayor pointed out, it's not easy to stand in public, and you presented yourself very well, so thank you for sharing your story, and just thanks to everyone, and I'm sure that there's others out there that could speak of the same successes from this program.
Yes, thank you so much for the presentation, for being here. And Darian, I want to tell you that, you know, I'm a lawyer and I go to court, you know, and I'm not the judge, but I'm there with other attorneys and have to make my presentations, and you did an amazing job. And so I just want to say, if your future in public speaking and jobs where you have to get up and make presentations, that was amazing. And I'm just encourage you to continue to have that courage to get up and make those speeches, because you just did a lot better than a lot of lawyers I see. So amazing, amazing job. Thank you so much for being here.
He's going to have the opportunity tomorrow during graduation to also do a speech along with some other of the youth.
And I don't have anything else to add. Thank you for the presentation, for the work that Ty and your whole staff have done, and also to Darian, and reiterate particularly what Ms. Kern-Shear said, that being able to get up and speak like that is a skill that is useful in all walks of life. So really appreciate what you've done.
I'll echo all the sentiments of thanks, Director Evans, and Ty, for you as well. This is always one of my favorite parts of the year, and seeing the youth program graduate. So congratulations on another successful class. And Darian, really, really well done speaking to council and helping us understand exactly what the day-to-day looks like as a part of the youth achievement programs. I'm sorry I couldn't be there in person to get to meet you, but I will absolutely echo what Councilwoman Kern-Shearer said. You've got a great career in public speaking, which can be applied to anything, including running for office. So I hope you'll consider that a possibility. But so nice getting to meet you. And thank you, Director Evans, and again to Ty for this fantastic program.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Okay. I don't know if you can top that, Mr. Trivett, but you're up.
I'm not even going to try. No report today.
Thank you. Ms. Shelton, any report?
Nothing today.
Takes us now to the open forum portion of the meeting, which is an opportunity for anyone to come forward. I do have one speaker's card, Ms. Allison Dolan, if you'd like to come forward. Please state your name and address for the record. Welcome.
Thank you and good afternoon. So I'm Allison Dolan. The address is 306 South Boundary Street, Apartment 2, Williamsburg, Virginia 23185. I would like to start off by thanking you all for your time. As I stated, my name is Allison Dolan. I'm a member of the Executive Board of William & Mary's chapter of Remote Area Medical. I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about Remote Area Medical, also known as RAM, which is a national nonprofit organization that provides free mobile clinics across the country. These clinics deliver free quality dental, vision, and medical care all over. And we are hoping to offer a free clinic in the Williamsburg area April 27th to 28th of 2024. We are currently looking for a location to hold our clinic, and we would love any community help or any of you all's help to determine this location. Please contact us at remoteareamed@wm.edu with any information. Dental, vision, and medical services are all provided on a first-come, first-served basis. So the patient parking lot opens no later than 11:59 p.m. on April 26th, that Friday night, and it'll allow patients to line up for their services. Clinic doors will then open at 6 a.m. every morning, and then all services will be totally free, no ID required for patients. For for more information, please visit ramusa.org or call 865-579-1530. I can now take questions at this time.
I don't have any questions or any thoughts, but I would suggest if you haven't already, in terms of reaching out to city staff, Ms. Evans, who just spoke, is the Director of Human Services, and she would be a great contact to meet with and to see what site in the city may be available during that time. So thank you for coming forward.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, yes.
Thank you all.
Would anybody else like to come forward? Seeing none, we'll close the open forum and move on with the agenda. Next is unfinished business, which there is none of. And so next is new business, and first is the consideration and action concerning the contract for the replacement of the Triangle Building storefront. Ms. Adams.
Good afternoon, Mayor Pons and members of City Council. The Triangle Building is located at 200 Armistead Avenue and is owned by the Williamsburg Redevelopment Housing Authority and is managed by Economic Development. Currently, it houses the Bake Shop, William and Mary Spirit Shop, Rick's Cheesesteak Shop, and Lucky Hair. The storefronts have been leaking for a number of years, and until recently, the issues were mild enough that they could be managed in-house by our facilities maintenance team. But recently, they became significantly worse, resulting in buckled floors and damaged merchandise in our tenants' storefronts. An invitation for bid was released in June of this year, and 3 responses were received. The low bid was $470,612 from Henderson. We have $328,000 in the CIP for this project, leaving a deficit of $142,312. Bond revenues from a bond issued by the EDA in July of this year to Provident Resources Group totaled $282,150, and staff recommends using that bond revenue to supplement the budget for this project in the CIP. I've got a couple of pictures to share with you. This is some damage of the Bake Shop storefront and some buckled floors in Lucky Hair. And with that, I'm happy to take any questions.
Seems obvious to me that if we've got damage to our infrastructure that's causing damage to our tenants, it falls on us to repair that. So identified some funds to get it taken care of and a quality contractor. So I think it's something we need to do. Mr. Vice Mayor.
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious that work needs to be done, so support moving forward and getting it completed as quickly as possible.
Agreed, yes.
Yes, it looks pretty evident. Just a couple questions. I was looking back through here. Once the award is made for the construction and the remediation, do we have an idea of when it would start and how long it would take?
It would take approximately 150 days. We're hoping for the work to begin this month.
Okay. And as far as the repairs that have already been caused, are the tenants taking care of that repair, like the buckled floors and?
Yes, so there will be some assistance there. The floors will be taken care of by Lucky Hair, but the agreement was we would work on fixing the issue before she repairs them,
right,
causing the issues
so
again.
that it wouldn't continue.
Correct.
Okay, that was the only questions I had.
Mr. Rogers.
Thanks for the report, Director Adams. Agreed with it being relatively straightforward. I know I've heard from some business owners that this is an area to address. I think I also heard our Chief Information Officer say in his last haircut, he heard that from Lucky's as well. So I'm excited to support this and help address some of the buckling floors in the area.
Guess if I needed a haircut, I'd know that too, but is there any action? Somebody like to make a motion? Thank you, ma'am. Yeah.
So I'll move that City Council award the bid and authorize the city manager to execute a contract with Henderson Inc. to replace the storefronts of the Triangle Building located at 200 Armstead Avenue in the amount of $470,612.
Second.
Thank you. Ms. McKay?
Mr. Rogers?
Aye.
Ms. Ramsey?
Aye.
Mayor Pons?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Dent?
Aye.
Ms. Kernscher?
Aye.
Next is consideration and actions to demolish the Williamsburg Farmers Market office and renovate the adjoining bathroom facilities at the Quarter Path Recreational Center.
Good afternoon.
Sutton, welcome.
Good afternoon, Mayor, members of City Council.
Be prepared.
Well, I was going to look because there it is. Okay. I just wanted to make sure because I submitted two. So let me me just back this up. Sorry about that. All right, good afternoon. The Williamsburg Farmers Market, which was located at the Quarter Path Recreation Center, sustained fire damage on July 3rd of 2021. Fortunately, the fire was contained to that wing of the building. However, there was significant smoke and water damage to the adjoining locker rooms. So this, just to give you an idea of what it looks like, it's boarded up. You can see some remnants of the fire, damage to the roof, and it melted some of the frame of the locker room doors. So the project that we're looking at, it includes demolition of the farmers market office, which is that right there, and then we are going to add some sidewalk work, remove the canopy, and then renovate the existing locker rooms to become public bathrooms and facility storage. Right, so that's what it looks like, and that's the visual of what it will look like. So the canopy's been, the walkway canopy's been removed. We've added an ADA compliant pathway, and then this area back here is where the Porta Johns are currently housed. So this will give us access to a men's bathroom, a women's bathroom, and a family bathroom. So we held a mandatory pre-bid meeting on June 15th. There were 6 contractors there. The bid closed on July 12th, and 2 bids were received. The first bid was from Henderson Inc. for $331,747, and the second was a no-bid response from Centennial Contractors Enterprises. This project will be funded with insurance money and also through the FY24 Capital Improvement Budget Fund. And this project satisfies GIO number 4, which is prioritizing safety and wellness, and the initiative is enhance existing park facilities, which includes constructing public restrooms at Quarter Path Park. So these newly renovated bathrooms will be open for public use, and will also be available for park users and our program participants. So after the fire, we were unable to house the farmers market staff, and so our goal was to bring them back to the Quarter Path Recreation Center. So after the fire, they found an office space in Merchant Square, and so our goal is to bring them back to Quarter Path this winter in between their market seasons. And so looking at the front of the Quarter Path Recreation Center, that office right there where those windows are, that will be their office, and just to provide a different perspective, it will be this meeting room. So we're going to convert that to office space for the farmers market. So with that, I'm happy to answer any questions.
Good, thank you. Well, it's about time we get something done over there. Obviously, it's been burnt out for over 2 years now, and so to get it renovated and back to public use, I think is a good step forward. Will the bathrooms be accessible just from the outside?
Just from the outside.
And they'll be open during office hours or operating hours?
So they'll be open during operating hours, and also when we have programming for our sand volleyball, for Field 1, for a softball program. And then coming up in the CIP, we've reimagined the green space there behind the building. So we are anticipating that turning into a destination playground, which will be high traffic for use of the bathrooms.
Thank you. I don't have any other questions. Mr. Vice Mayor?
Yeah, no questions. Again, it's obviously been a little bit of an eyesore since the fire in the farmers market office. So, and I think it'll be effective to bring them back to the facility with Parks and Rec.
I don't have really a question, I don't think, but obviously it's a very important facility, and having bathrooms is important too. My question is about the farmers market. You said they're gonna be back in there in kind of in the winter season. They're gonna move back into that office. How many staff members is that?
So they have 1 full-time, and then they have a couple of part-time, they work varying schedules, and they have quite a few volunteers that have office hours.
Okay, so the space is good for their purposes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, I work closely with the market manager in making that selection.
Great, thank you.
Ms. Ramsey?
Yes, I have no questions either. Even though it has been a little bit of a time since the fire, I think thinking through this whole process of what's best overall is turning out to a good use of the funds, having the outdoor bathrooms. Instead of just fixing what was burned, I think it'll be a much better facility for everyone. So I applaud you all for sort of thinking outside the box to take the insurance money, use CIP money, and come up with something far better than just fixing a burned-out office space.
Thank you, Ms. Hutton. Appreciate the
Yes.
presentation.
Caleb.
Sorry? Oh, Mr. Rogers. Not here, I forget.
Yeah, I know. Well, no, I'll echo all that's been said. Director Hutton, especially what Councilman Ramsey said. That was very well said. And I'm glad our friends at the farmers market will find another area within Quarter Path so that they can do their work close to the city still. Thank you. No questions.
Somebody like to make a motion?
Yes, so I move that City Council authorize the city manager to execute a contract with Henderson Inc. for $331,747 to demolish the farmers market office and renovate adjoining bathroom facilities.
Second.
Ms. McKay, would you call the roll, please?
Mr. Rogers?
Aye.
Ms. Ramsey?
Aye.
Mayor Pons?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Dent?
Aye.
Ms. Kernscher?
Aye.
Okay, takes us to closed session. Mr. Vice Mayor, I believe we have an item.
We do. I move to go into closed session pursuant to Section 2.2-3711 of the Code of Virginia for the purpose of discussing the award of a public contract involving the expenditure of public funds, including interviews of bidders or offers and discussion of the terms or scope of such contract, where discussion in an open session would adversely affect the bargaining position or negotiating strategy of the public body per subparagraph 29 regarding the library and schools.
Second.
Ms. McKay?
Mr. Rogers?
Aye.
Ms. Ramsey?
Aye.
Mayor Pons?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Dent?
Aye.
Ms. Kernscher?
Aye.
Okay, so we'll go into closed session, and when we conclude, we'll come back into open forum and continue any discussion. Thank you. First back in open session. Vice Mayor?
I move to approve the certification of a closed session pursuant to section 2.2-3712 of the Code of Virginia.
Second?
Ms. McKay?
Mr. Rogers?
Aye.
Ms. Ramsey?
Aye.
Mayor Pons?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Dent?
Aye.
Ms. Kerntier?
Aye.
Okay, we are adjourned.
Do we need to adjourn?
I think Pat only, I'll second. Aye. Thanks, y'all. See you at the ribbon cutting on Tuesday.